Hello and welcome to Matchday Live. Having secured the league title and promotion 2 weeks ago with victory over Chester and progression to the cup final with a win at Leeds Beckett last week, MMU welcome Edgehill to Platt Lane this afternoon as league champions and cup finalists. A win this afternoon would see MMU go unbeaten for the second league campaign in a row, with 8 wins and 1 draw this season, following on from the 10 wins they managed last season to get them promoted from the Northern Tier 3 for the first time since 2014. First of all, winning the league, how does it feel?
Yeah, it feels really good. Back-to-back league title wins. It's probably just rewards for what we put in over the last 2 to 3 years, and certainly for the lads to do it unbeaten as well over the course of 2 seasons. It's obviously a really impressive feat, but we've put a lot of work and effort into it. And it is, like I say, it's the absolute reward that we deserve for how well that we've played, how well the group have done, and even in times recently where the games haven't been as easy or we've been missing key players, we've been able to dig in and probably show a different side which other teams don't think that we've got. We're able to mix it a bit, be a bit more physical, be a bit more aggressive on the front foot, and yeah, really proud, and it presents us with a really good, interesting challenge for next year of being the best we possibly can be in that kind of Division 1 that we'll be going into.
And then, so you're undefeated this season, aren't you?
Yeah.
And then what are some of your highlights from this season?
I think keeping that run going. So we're now 27 league games unbeaten across the course of 3 seasons. So to do that, I don't really care what level it's at, where you're playing, who you are. But it's like no mean feat to be able to do that. So I think that's kind of one of the key achievements, is being able to keep that run going. Probably integrating a lot of first years and new players into the team as well, and seeing no real difference in terms of levels of performance. Even when we haven't had some of our key players available, other big players have been able to step up, whether that be first years coming in, whether it be second team players stepping up into the first team. They've been able to integrate really quickly, and like I said before, going into different environments where the opposition bring lots of fans and they try and intimidate us in different ways, we've still been able to stick to our game, and even if we go a goal down, 2-0 down, we've got that confidence that we're going to be able to get something out of this game, and we know we've got the quality to beat anyone we come up against at the moment.
And then going into the game against Edgehill on Wednesday, you've got the league already won, and then the cup final coming up next week. So are you planning on resting any players, or are you going to go full strength?
No, not really, unless lads have got games for the kind of their external clubs on Tuesday. Not really. It might be slightly different game just in terms of injuries and players playing Tuesday evening or Wednesday evening, but ideally it's just keeping the momentum going. We know that we've won the league, but we want to keep this unbeaten league record going as long as we possibly can. We don't want that part to stop. And then certainly we want to take the momentum into the cup game. We don't want to go in with kind of a negative into that cup final. We want to basically keep the momentum we've had all season and take that into the game, and just have the positive of finishing the league with a win, finishing the season unbeaten again for the 2nd year running, and then getting into the cup final the following week.
And looking ahead to next season with promotion to the Northern Tier 1, given how well you've played this season and last, is your aim to win it?
I don't think we'll win it, being really honest. To setting expectations relatively low. The standard's going to be far improved, so the last 2 years have been relatively simple in some of the games, but the standard's going to be massively improved. We're going to have to probably perform at 7, 8 out of 10 for every single one of us across the whole course of the games of the season. And what we can't afford to do is really rest on the fact that we have gone 27 league games unbeaten. So it's going to be tough, it's going to be a challenge, it's going to be a challenge from a coaching point of view to work out how the coaches are setting their teams up, because the coaching level is going to improve. But it's a challenge that we've all wanted for 2 or 3 years. We felt that we deserved to be at this level, and obviously the last 2 years we've earned that right. Now we've got to stay there, and we've got to be the best we possibly can be to stay there. So yeah, it's an exciting challenge, and one that hopefully the lads are looking forward to, and get the league title done and hopefully get a cup win done as well before we get into next season.
I mean, coming in September, it was a very different atmosphere to what I'm used to, but I mean, every week I just try and play my game, and just focus on myself, and I think it just carries on across the pitch. So every week I just try and play my game, try and improve in every game, and just from 6s to 7s to make sure I'm consistent as well. But yeah, of course, a step up, I think, into the first in January, sort of, I felt that the game was, the play style was more suited to myself, so I describe myself as more of a ball player, so we're a more position-based team, so I found that it suited me more, and the step up I thought was even possibly easier than going into the first team, because it suited me. I could express myself, and I found that it showed in my performances, I think.
From a player's perspective, what do you think has been the key to your success this year?
Hunger. definitely hunger, passion. Everyone has a willingness to win. Everyone's got that desire to win every game, and it shows from the unbeaten record, and hopefully we can keep that going. But I think it's more so shows our performances with our feet as well as up here in our head, is that every time we step out on the pitch we just want to get the win and just carries on.
Touching on that unbeaten run, so you're unbeaten all season. How important is it for you to go and win the last game against Edge Hill and maintain that unbeaten record?
Yeah, it's just like every game, to be honest. Regardless of the record, we just want to beat whatever's in front of us and keep putting on dominant displays, just playing our football, playing our game and keeping the momentum going. As that's what we do. We just come here and we win.
I'll now hand over to our commentary team for this afternoon's game.
Thanks for that, Joe. Your commentary team today is Vikram Jajua and myself, Ed Tucker. We're all excited to see this brilliant Man-Met side once again here at Platt Lane for the final league game of the season. MMU have already won the league, but they will want another result here to finish their unbeaten league campaign. Vikram, as it's your first time on commentary, I'll go straight to you. What you're hoping to see from today's game?
Well, we know the form that Edge Hill have been in recently. It's not been the best of form from them. You look at MMU, it's such a contrast. They've been winning games, scoring goals, so I think what we expect to see a goal fest today, especially considering the circumstances that Edge Hill come into today with their squad.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think MMU have just been so strong, especially here at Platt Lane. So far in the league, 8 wins and 1 draw. They've only drawn 1 game in the cup as well, which they ended up winning on penalties, and they are into the final of the Men's Northern Conference Cup, which I'm hoping we'll be bringing you here next week. But yeah, I'll just go through a couple stats, and then we'll go through the MMU team at least as we have that. But yeah, MMU on 39 goals scored and 15 conceded in the league, so they are really scoring at quite some rate at the moment. They're on 25 points. Team in second are on 18. Edge Hill are third in the league, but with 5 wins, 2 draws and 2 losses. They've only scored 25 though, and conceded 13. I think their tally for conceded today may go up a little bit. I know their team is a little bit out of sorts. They've not got their first full team. I think some of them wanted to go see their second team as they potentially win the title in the division below today. But yeah, so I'll run through the MMU team quick here. We've got a few minutes till kick off anyway, but we've got Prince Jose in goal, Harris Thomas at left back. Malachi Babayala is actually stepping into centre back today. Last time on Matchday Live, for anyone who's watching, he was playing at left back. He had a really good game, amazing down that left hand side, and scored a goal as well. And then the other centre back, we've got Cody Ibe returning to the team. Right back is Rob Berry. Number 8, the captain, Nathan Baker in centre mid, followed by Alex Hallchurch, also centre mid. Hamza Abazar just in front of them at cam. And then we've got Ben Coward on the left wing. Number 9, Arya Askari Kebria at striker. He scored in the last time here on Matchday Live as well, and forced the own goal that was their first goal for MMU in that game. And then Gideon Kanyando at right wing, who we've not seen before. And on the benches, number 12, Adam DeHow, number 14, Ollie Hitchcox, 15, Tom Carr, the star striker we all know him to be, and 16, Adi Luck. Adam DeHow actually is quite an interesting story. He's worked his way up from the 4th team just this year alone. He's been so good that Gareth Smith basically had to give him a chance in the first team. And I don't know if we'll go through the Edge Hill team, as one of the names they've given us is quite suspect, and we believe they are not as interested in this coverage as MMU are. But who are you hoping to see a good performance from in the MMU team, Vikram?
I think when you look at the shape that MMU go with, it's 4-2-3-1, so you're looking at the attacking midfield in particular, Hamza and the likes of Kebria. And Edge Hill defensively have been quite suspect, so I think we're looking at the strikers today, in particular Kebria, and the wingers who will be looking to get on the score sheet.
Yeah, I think Ben Coward are definitely on for another couple today. He seems so dangerous in every game he plays. He's quite a big lad, but he is quick as well and good on the ball, so Edge Hill definitely need to keep an eye on him as the game progresses. But yeah, I think this could be a bit of one-way traffic today, but we'll see. You never know, if Edge Hill they might show up on the day. But yeah, knowing that they're a little bit out of sorts anyway, and this isn't their full team, I think MMU are being quite good steed, even though they have got a few different players in, a few second-team players. Obviously, Tom Carr, playing for League Town at the moment, may have potentially played in the North v South Bucs game as well. So he's not starting today. but if he comes on as well, I'm sure he'll be looking to get himself a few goals as well. Just about a minute now from kickoff. Weather out there is improving as well. It was really pouring a second ago, so I'm sure the players will be happy to see it's dried out a little bit. But that Astro as well doesn't really soak away, so the ball could be skidding about today, which may help MMU again on the attack. Edge Hill definitely to stay aware, as we just see one of their defenders score a little goal. He gives a big celebration too. Can't quite see it on that camera, but we can see it from up there. MMU team just gone off to the side for the moment. They should be lining up at the moment, as it is 1 o'clock, but maybe they've gone in for a last-minute team talk. In fact, we can also talk about the reverse fixture of this game. Right at the beginning of the season, at Edge Hill, it was 3-2 to Manmet, so it was really close in that game. But at the beginning of the season, Manmet weren't quite far in at the level they have been recently, have they? So it could be a tight game, but I think in that game, Edge Hill did have a lot more of their first team as well, which they are lacking today. And MMU have got stronger and stronger as the season's gone on, even introducing some of the second team and players from other places and losing players to local clubs around Manchester. But we'll have to wait and see. I think a lot of us up here are thinking it's going to be quite the run out for MMU. Yeah, we have seen them put some serious goals away. A few games, I think they've scored 6 goals in over four or five games this season, and they definitely had one in the cup. And they've had 3 in the league. They had a 10-3 win over UClan as well. 6-2 over Salford, 6-1 against Chester as well, and those were some of the most recent games, I believe. So it's going to be a tough day for Edge Hill, that is for sure. MMU obviously have their league wrapped up, but they don't want to be too complacent. I'm sure Gareth Smith wants to go unbeaten in the league. I think he was unbeaten last season as well for, in Tier 3. So it'd be quite the achievement for them if they can go 2 seasons, back-to-back promotions, and without losing a single league game. It's definitely one that Gareth Smith can add to his accolades.
Yeah, I think complacency is always an issue that Gareth Smith will be fearing that he doesn't want to slip into his side. So it's just about keeping his team motivated. I know they've already won the league, but today they're up against quite a weak Edge Hill team. So
yeah, it definitely isn't the team that they normally field, and I'm just a little bit curious as to why MMU aren't out on the pitch right now. I mean, they warmed up well; they've been out there for a while. I think there's another game right after as well in this Astro, so I'm sure the people here at Platt Lane won't want to see this game get delayed too much. But yeah, so we are literally just waiting for MMU to come back out, I think, and then the game will be on. It's funny, Vikram, you were saying that Edge Hill's defence has been a little bit shaky, and maybe in the last few games it's been a little bit worse, but they've actually conceded less goals than MMU have in the league this season, but only by 2, whereas MMU have scored 14 more goals than them. So I think that could be the difference today. MMU have been decent at the back, but definitely their strength is going forwards. I mean, 39 goals in 9 games, not bad at all. And I think MMU want to keep their match sharpness as well today with that big final against Leeds Beckett next week. I think a league cup double for Gareth Smith as well, on top of being unbeaten in the league, would definitely be massive for him and give his team a real boost. I know that they're looking to go up into the Audi Men's Northern Tier 1. They did have a friendly against the University of Manchester at the beginning of the season, who are in that division. I think they beat them 4-3, I think. But it was a good game. And I know that Gareth Smith has kind of already got his sights onto next season in that higher division, and maybe challenging his team a little bit more, because as results and this league and this season has shown that MMU have just been a bit too good for the opposition in this division. And we are still waiting here. Edge Hill kind of end up sitting down. They've been waiting for so long, they're not quite sure what's going on either. And I can just see Gareth Smith coming back out. You can see him just walking up to the dugout there. So hopefully his team is following behind. Not sure what's caused this little bit of delay. We may get an update at half-time potentially, but yeah, the players are coming out now. So not long till kick-off. Only a few minutes late there. So for anyone who was waiting from 3, apologies for that. I would have told him to be quicker if possible. The ref's out there now as well. Ball's in the centre, so we are definitely not far from kick-off here. What do you think Gareth Smith's been saying to that team last minute before this game, Vikram?
I think just to go out there and express themselves in a way where they don't really show any signs of complacency, especially at the back. League title's already wrapped up, but I'm sure Gareth Smith will want to see, you know, another convincing performance and result from his side today.
He has got, as we said before, he does have a few players from other levels of the team at MMU, some of the second teamers and a few guys up from their 4 team, so maybe he's looking as well for a few backup players, maybe a few younger players who he's, obviously we're coming to the end of the university year now, so there may be a few players from that starting 11 that he's going to lose through graduation. So I'm sure he's trying to get some backup. MMU just having a little huddle there before the game. Both teams are, in fact. I mean, how different do you think the messages in the 2 camps are as well right now?
I think for Edge Hill, it's just about keeping the score as low as possible. If they concede 5, then I'm sure the manager will be less than 5, then I'm sure the manager will be happy.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've actually got a coach out there at the moment. Didn't seem like it, unless there's a player coach maybe. But you know, Gareth Smith has been looking to introduce a more professional standard with his football teams around MMU, and I think he's done that, and it's shown through the team. I mean, last season unbeaten, promotion. This season looks like it's going to be again unbeaten, promotion definitely. We'll see how this game plays out. I mean, it looks like the Edge Hill goalkeeper is on the centre kick, which is an interesting tactic. I'm not going to say that I've ever seen that before. Definitely not in regular 11v11 football. Maybe in futsal, but this is something a little bit different. A serious fly keeper up there in the centre circle right now. Benji did tell us before the game that they didn't actually have a devout keeper, and that lad decided that potentially Tom Bedford that he wanted it. So he is taking the centre kick here, and you can see from the bench there, find it quite entertaining with a bud in his hand as well. A little fake one as well. That is real confident from the keeper. Pretends like he's going to run forward, and he obviously drops back into the goal. So the game is now underway. Edge Hill with a ball here at first. That's Malachi Babiala getting on it straight away. They're clearing upfield. Ben Cowd on the ball now. Finding Kebria as well. He got a goal last time out, so I'm sure we'll be looking to add to that tally again today. That's a dangerous one. Almost dropped down for Gideon Kenyando there, but not quite, although MMU right back has just picked up the ball again, I think, and dropped it to him. There is Kenyado, far out on the right. And I think the ref's given a corner there.
Good start from MMU, playing forward, quite direct.
Yeah, I think that's what we kind of expected to see. They are a very good attacking team. Gareth often talks about, you know, getting players in the box, recycling the ball, and keeping opportunities going. You did see there Ben Coward got into a little bit of trouble, and even though Ben Coward's very good at dribbling, he actually did try and find Kanyando on the other wing instead. So the cross has come in. It wasn't a bad cross either, but just a little bit too high for Malachi Babiala there to get onto.
Quite a good delivery from him then.
We just see Rob Berry there just picking up the ball back to Prince Jose. Way that well out of his box, quite confident in the ball. And back to Jose again. Back out to Berry. It's Kode Abe as well. Didn't see him actually last time out on Matchday Live. Very good centre back for MMU. But he has joined the team back in again today. I believe he's a scholar as well. Remember he played it on the first day that me and Benji code on the commentary. He had a very good performance that day. MMU just happy to pass the ball around here. Edgeo putting a bit of pressure on, but many MMU options to pass to. There's Alex Hallchurch there as well, just trying to get past the player, almost tackled, but is picked back up again.
Good pass.
Hamza Abazar's taken a little bit of a knock that he's not happy with, and Kebri is just trying to rob that ball for centre back, keep the pressure on. He's gone for a goal kick though.
It's not been a bad start from MMU really, has it?
No.
Keep retaining the ball quite well.
Yeah,
About
Edge.
creating those chances.
Yeah, Edge Hill at the moment, just kind of as we expected, chasing the ball a little bit. MU passing around well. If this is Tom Bedford in goal here, I mean he's ushering the team up. I guess it's their best way, their most likely way to score is going to be a big kick up and knock down, potentially a bit of a Sean Dyche style of play, but beyond that I think it's going to be real difficult for Edge Hill to create good chance in this game, knowing how good MMU have been this season. They have tipped it going though. Cody Ives underneath it, Prince Jose's there as well, and the keeper gets up. Little hand on as well from the Edge Hill attacker there, but not enough to put him off. Hallchurch and Kanyando there linking up. Kanyando's done really well, lovely touch over the defender.
Brilliant burst of pace there.
Not enough on the pass, so unfortunately Hallchurch was there, but didn't quite get across to him, and the Edge Hill centre-back stepped on taking it, but another poor pass from that same centre-back has just given it to Hamza Abazar. He got a really good assist actually in that game we saw last week as well for Kebria. Really nice through ball that he cut through. That's Harris Thomas there with a cross, didn't have nearly enough height on it. Edge Hill clear out, but just drops to MMU once again.
I think this shape right here is what we'll be expecting to see mostly throughout the game. Edge Hill sitting quite deep, with MMU dictating play just outside the box.
There goes Abazar. Goes for a long shot. I'm not sure what footed he is, but wasn't a bad attempt from distance with his left. I mean, and you don't want to resort to too much like that. I know they're probably quite confident about the game, knowing the mindset of the Edge Hill team right now, but you still want to get some goals. You don't want to just start taking pot shots too much. Edge Hill keeper's not pushing up quite as far this time. Still does go for that nice long kick though. Babiala putting pressure on but didn't get onto it. MMU still just think this could be the cycle of the game really. Goal kick and drops down back to MMU, who will just keep holding it and keep trying to work that space. Got a lot of good players on the ball and can find a good pass. Battling there, Nathan Baker, the captain, and Kanyando.
It's been promising so far, Kanyando. With
Good pressure up top here. Hamza Abazar, but just caught between two players. Did run through the Edge Hill centre back. Here's the captain Baker. And, it was a nice ball to Kanyando, but didn't quite have the space or the pace to get onto that one.
Yeah, we've seen first 5 minutes quite a lot of threat coming down the right side for MMU. Kanyando in particular, his burst of pace, his acceleration in getting past the fullback. I mean, could be a source of chance creation and goals today. Yeah,
it's interesting. I know Kanyando's been brought up into the teams. I would have just expected Ben Cowell, we've seen him a lot. He is a very good player on the left-hand side. You would maybe think that the team would prefer going down his side, but obviously you don't know which side of this Edge Hill team is maybe a little bit better, the right back or the left back. You see Ben Cowell there. Not been on the ball as much as you think. He did have one little run early doors. Edge Hill with a free kick here. I mean, Edge Hill I mean, they've not actually given up any particularly good chance of MMU, have they? Even though they've had space out wide, they've not really given up anything in the middle. And if Edge Hill can get themselves ahead with a goal here, it'll be massive for their hopes in this game. They could finish second with a win, depending on the team in second's result.
Poor free kick, isn't it?
Yeah, into the first man is not ever what any coach or player wants to see, really. And MMU just come away with the ball. There's Kebrio. Can he find Coward? He does. What a ball.
Brilliant pass there.
Oh, not quite, though. Edge Hill defender's done really well there. Cleaned up with a nice pass off as well. Didn't just boot it out. Under pressure from Coward as well. Back to the Edge Hill goalkeeper. But yeah, this game has been a lot of what we expected. MMU holding the ball and actually passing around. Edge Hill just going for the long pass, going for that instant impact. Here comes Rob Berry on down the right. Back to Kanyando as well. Can he get a good cross in this time? It's in the air. Straight into the keeper's hands. So Kebria was in the middle there. Could have been dangerous, but a little bit too close to the goalie there.
Yeah, one thing you've noticed from the Edge Hill keeper, Tom Bedford, is he's not taking any chances in playing out of the back. He's just straight, direct, long ball in hope of the strikers being able to win a flick on, and it's just here again.
Yeah, I think knowing that Edge Hill have lost a lot of their main players, it's probably the best way for them to get forward. I think they have won a corner here as well. That did look like it came off the MMU man's head. Although it doesn't look like he's given it, which I think is a little bit harsh. I think I did come off the MMU defender there, but
I wasn't expecting a corner then.
yeah, Edge Hill probably rightly annoyed there, the striker, for them not getting that corner. See the difference there. Prince Jose just plays a short pass to his captain, Baker there, midfielder. And they'll just happily pass it around the back, very confident on the ball.
You can see the MMU side certainly out locking in confidence, beaten all season, and it sort of shows in the way they're playing, keeping hold of the ball, playing out of the defence.
Yeah, we've even seen them in that last game we saw here. They even went a goal down early on, and I remember speaking to Gareth Smith after the game, and he said that even then he was still full of confidence. They'd already had 2 or 3 chances by the time that the other team got their first goal, and he had no concern. He knows how good this team is and how well they can play. So I'm sure even if Edge Hill did get a first goal here today, that MMU would be quite confident in getting themselves ahead in the game still. They are actually putting a bit of pressure on Edge Hill. It's a bit higher pressure than we've seen from the start of this game so far. Could be risky though, because MMU are very good at passing the ball around. If they find that bit of space, see Baker there doing really well, just on the turn. Composure under pressure. Passed a little bit too much on it though for Harris Thomas there in the left back slot. Almost took someone's head off in the in the dugout. One of the Edge Hill lads 2 up, change it up. Get the Under Armour off, it's not that cold. We've got a throw in here, Edge Hill. Pressure from you, really nice on the turn as well. See what Cabria can do. Didn't quite get away with it. Back to Ben Coward. Bit too many bodies in the middle, but here comes that Captain Baker again. In fact, it might be Hallchurch. Oh, it's not. It's Rob Berry, in fact. Coming up from the right back slot is weirdly central, but he won't pick up the ball. And Kanyanda, though, just another unlucky pass. Can't quite get a cross off at the moment, but you think if he keeps getting crossing opportunities like that, he will find someone eventually, won't he?
Yeah, and I think the right back in particular, just then coming into midfield, sort of as an inverted fullback, I think he can afford to take those risks. Especially looking at the vulnerability of the Edge Hill side throughout the season.
Yeah, MMU are always quite happy to throw a lot of bodies forward and get people involved in the attack. And you just see another Edge Hill long ball there, just go straight out for Prince Jose to pick up once again. I think this game desperately needs a goal right now. It's a little bit stuffy almost. It's just MMU are trying a few things here and there. Edge Hill holding on. MMU just haven't found that final pass or that little run quite yet. But the way the game's unfolding, you think it can't be very long until that does happen.
Yeah, I think MMU will eventually get into the groove. It's not been quite a bad start from MMU. They've just been keeping hold of the ball quite well.
Yeah, they're passing it around, especially in their half, really well. But just like that, those little, either the cross or the ball to the wide man and the striker, just not quite being what the MMU attacking players wanted or needed. I think Hamza Abazar, as I said, did have a really nice assist in that last game we saw here. think maybe he needs to get a little bit more involved in the cam start and link up that midfield and the front line a little bit more. Nice bit of pressure from the Edge Hill attacker there and Code AI, but it's not going to be enough to get them a good chance. Prince Jose confident on the ball once again. Harris Thomas here. Nice diagonal ball there across.
Oh,
Kenyando there has got a really good. Oh, I thought he had a good touch in it, but
a brilliant pass.
I think he gave up on it a little bit too much there. Maybe should have chased it down a bit more, put the Edge Hill defender under a bit of pressure. Roll Berry there doing very well. Confidence well, just a spin round the ball, make sure you get that simple pass off, don't do anything too risky or stupid.
Yes, looks very assured on the ball. Not really make it taking too many risks.
Yeah, they are all quite good. They do seem to be able to turn on the spot very well with the ball, like these MMU players, and it does make this possession game that they're playing a lot easier for them. Here's Kebria, a lot of few bodies around him though. Kenyano getting on that? No, not quite. Kebria having a few words with Kenyando as well, saying that he should be getting onto that. It's not been a bad start from the lad. He's had a few spaces and probably not profited in the way that his teammates be hoping for.
Yeah, I think Kebria will be, hoping for some chances. I think certainly just 1 out of 2 chances. I'm sure he will take it. You look at the shape that MMU have gone with. The 4-2-3 when it's quite attacking. So I think we expect certainly in the second half to see MMU gain a strong foothold of the game and create plenty of chances.
Yeah, I think as soon as if MMU get the first goal, it will be very difficult for Edge Hill. Ben Coward here. It's a lovely little kind of pop-up ball. Wasn't really expecting it. And he's put it through his legs as well. Here comes a great run. What a ball in. Oh, Kebria couldn't quite get it under control. Go for that first-time shot. It was a good run from Ben Coward though. Put it through the right back's legs as well. Is it back out to Kenyando? This could be a chance for him. Could he get this assist? Ooh, and just wide. Nathan Baker there, pass of the ball, lovely from Gideon Kenyando on the right wing, and he's just shot it and kind of deflection off of the defender, and then maybe got a little bit on the keeper's hand as well. Just sent it out for an MMU corner.
It was a lovely bit of play and a good shot. Hoping to sustain some pressure from this corner.
It's a good ball in. Oh, Malachi Babiala, we did see him score from a corner. That last game on Matchday Live, not this time though. Oh, good pressure there from the captain as well, Baker. He doesn't want to give up on the ball. Kenyando there gets a little touch, almost a nice pass, but just slows down Edge Hill at least, stops that counter attack. Gives Hallchurch, in fact, a chance to get back into position. But yeah, you did see there, they'd come down the left wing. Ben Cowder found Cabrio, but couldn't quite get the shot off, and it pops back out the box, and they get the opportunity on the opposite wing there, and did almost score.
I think it was just his first touch that let him down. If Cabrio was just able to take a better touch than
maybe.
that. Yeah, and then could have had a sight on goal.
But yeah, I think you did well to recycle the ball there and actually create an opportunity on the other side as well. It's what we've known from this team, that they can just keep the ball moving, keep finding people. And I think they are getting better in this game as well. I think they're finding the space a little bit nicer. Parsons getting a bit cleaner as well. Seen some nice pulls finding out on the wing as well. Got themselves a throw in here. Taking a deflection off of Edge Hill on the way out. Hallchurch there. On a Berry, in fact. Apologies, I'm mixing up Hallchurch, Berry and Baker. An unbelievable amount. They've all got the same trim. There were a few words of the liner there. I did hear a shout about something about offside, and I hadn't seen an offside anywhere. Ari Ascari Kebria there, confused about why they've got the throw, but to be honest, that is the way I thought it had gone. Where is that goalkeeper Bedford? Is going to go for that long kick again. Yeah. Chill though. See, the striker's got the touch on it, but they've not got those supporting options to get that second ball off of the striker, unfortunately. So it just drops to MMU once again. Ooh, a nice attempted ball across from Malachi Babiala there, down to Gideon Kenyando, but a little bit high for the right winger to get under control.
Yeah, we've seen in the first 15 minutes that Edge Hill are happy to let MMU control possession.
Yeah, just try and go for that long ball option, but it isn't paying off for them at the moment. It's making it a tough game for them. A lot of ball chasing. They're just playing around the back, so confident. Out to Harris Thomas. Nathan Baker there as well, the captain of the team. Often does drop back between the two centre-backs, gets in the ball there, gives an option. Make sure MMU can play this possession style of football. Yard now. Off the back of the ref as well, and he's gone down to his knees in pain. And blown it up. He's not alright after that. Right in the kidney, I think. Painful one. MMU have got the ball for it. He's just putting it back to where Kode Abe was there before he took the pass on. Calls for shoot there as well from someone in the crowd. And that's quite hopeful from a centre-back inside his own half. Baker there tries like a little pass out to Harris Thomas on the left-hand side. Bit too much zip on it.
Looks like just a little bit of lapse of concentration there from the midfielder.
Yeah, a little bit too much on it for Harris Thomas, a little bit too in front of him. But you do like to zip the ball around fast on the floor. You know, it is a good way to make space and make opportunities. It makes it really difficult for defenders to get onto if you can control those balls well. Hasn't come off from this time, and Edgehill get their throw in. Yeah, risk of the high foot there. I heard that in your breath, but you've got away with it. Here's Rob Berry down to Kanyando, but he just. Those two just aren't quite linking up the same on that right-hand side.
Just that pass. On a few occasions, they just got it just a little too much. They can just get that right, and then be a huge boost for the possibilities of creating chances.
Yeah, it has been a lot of action down that side, but just nothing of the highest quality yet. Hamza Abazar there, lovely bit of skill, doing well. Can you find Rob Berry out in the right here? He can. Shielded off though really well from the edge of player, but he's given a free kick. To be honest, I thought that was a nice shoulder barge, but no, ref thinks it was a bit too much in it, a bit too aggressive.
Did look quite soft.
Yeah, I thought that was shoulder to shoulder. I thought he'd done quite well to actually body check Berry there a little bit, but MMU got the ball here for free kick. We have seen them score. I think Baker actually scored an unbelievable free kick in that last game as well, from the other side though, and it was a lot closer in. But I'm sure we're hoping for a good delivery here, get MMU into that lead. Oh, and it has dropped across the mouth of the goal as well, and the Edgehill player, I don't think that was intentional, but it came off with a really nice turn actually on that ball as it bounced out. MMU pick up the ball once again, but yeah, really unlucky that MMU haven't got a goal there. It did just drop across the mouth of the goal, but no one could quite get anything on it to turn it in.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised we haven't seen a goal yet from MMU. I think they're just happy to keep the ball and play at a lower tempo.
Yeah, they're in no rush, are they? They know they've won the league. This might just be more of a, without being too harsh on Edgehill, it's almost like a practice match for them. It's just to practice the tactics that Gareth Smith wants to include in all his games, and this is the chance for them to do that. I think MMU have got themselves a corner here. Can we see another good cross put in across the mouth of goal? Will someone actually turn it in this time? Ben Coward's out there to cross this one in, sun in his eyes now. Oh, it's a good ball across, but Edgehill were all over it. Kanyanda though gets back on it. Finds Berry. Out to Hamza Abazar there. Oh, nice little ball roll. Oh,
Brilliant.
He's done two. Is he going to take it on himself? Oh, he's done three, and that's got to be a free kick just on the edge of the box. I mean, what a run we've just seen Hamza Abazar. Was that three? I mean, there was almost one at the beginning as well that he gets around. Brilliant run, brilliant with the ball at his feet. A few nice ball rolls, and got him a free kick in a good, really good area. A little bit unlucky he's not got a penalty in another yard in front, and he would have got that penalty. To give MMU a bit more of a definite, but they have been good from free kicks, MMU.
Was a brilliant bit of play from him then. Just a ball of attention, technical quality that he showed.
yeah, a bit too much for the Edge Hill defenders there. As soon as he built up that momentum, he was unstoppable, and I think that foul was just kind of the show of that. They didn't have a way to stop him legally, so they had to do that. But yeah, I think it's dangerous giving MMU free kicks. I think we've seen them score 2 or 3 on Matchday Live across the 4 games we've covered, so this sort of range as well, very dangerous, close to that goal, especially when you've got a keeper who isn't necessarily a keeper normally. This could be quite dangerous.
It looks perfect for a left footer as well, and a right footer.
Yeah, it's kind of in those positions, isn't it? You're so close to the goal, you could really look at either side of the wall. There is space there. And it was actually really good as well. Harris Thomas, a left back there, taking that on. Right footed left back as well. That's quite interesting, playing that inverted role down there. But yeah, he's taking that on, and I think it was on target until the Edge Hill defender took a touch, and the ref has somehow not given a corner there. I don't know if Benji can hear us. Give him a shout saying it definitely came off the Edge Hill defender, because we can show him the camera angle right now if he wants. It was definitely blocked by a defender there, but Edge Hill have got away with one and go back for a goal kick instead. But it wasn't a bad free kick. I think Harris Thomas will be annoyed though, because it was in such a good position. Maybe want a little bit more conviction on that.
Yeah, it's that close to goal. He's certainly be fancying his chances from that position.
Malachi Babayala there, just seeing the ball out as well, so well. Let's Prince Jose pick it up once again. Pass it quickly out to Kode Ibe. Now Baker, the captain's on the ball. Down to Hamza Abazar. That was a risky one. Trying to find Hallchurch, but the Edge Hill players actually picked it up really well. And I think with MMU, how well they have been playing, how much they've had the ball, they are running a little bit of a risk now. They've wasted a couple of chances, and they don't want Edge Hill to go a goal up, especially if it stays 0-0 for a long time.
I am surprised the referee didn't give a foul just then. Just an Edge Hill player on the floor. It's a foul off the ball.
Yeah, there's been a few interesting decisions from the ref so far this game. The Edge Hill player just still down on the ground here. I think he was just trying to make the point more than anything, because as soon as the ref started running over to him, he's basically got up straight away. So I think he is just trying to make the point that he thought there was a foul in there. Ref didn't give it. MMU with a throw in here. Attempt to get it down to Ben Coward, but cleared up by the Edge Hill player instead, and he's found a nice ball downfield and just couldn't get that under control. Quite unlucky there, actually. It was a really nice ball for him. Malachi Babayala there, almost with a lovely ball as well, back down to Cagnano, who's just picked up anyway. And again, the ref doesn't seem to be giving much for Edge Hill. I could see if they'd be a bit annoyed. That was a lovely ball though. Rob Berry here, what position he's in. Puts it across as well, and I'm sure that Kebra is going to be really annoyed with himself, because he should have had that on the first, but didn't get away with it. Edge Hill players just going down like no one's business at the moment. Ref's not giving them anything though.
I did expect better from Rob Berry for that cross. He had the space and time to certainly pick out his pass.
Well, he did find Kebria. I think Kebria maybe should have had it straight away on the first, but couldn't quite get it under control. As you see, another Edge Hill player down there claiming problems. The ref's not been giving him anything too easily. But he did give that quite soft shoulder barge down here on the right for MMU, didn't he? So I think the Edge Hill players are probably rightfully getting a bit annoyed with the ref at the moment, not having much going their way. I mean, I'm sure the ref's got a better angle and he doesn't see the foul, he doesn't give it, but yeah, I think a couple of these may have been. He's still down as well.
Might be forced into a change.
Yeah, I don't know if Edge Hill have many players in the bench. I think they might have one extra there, and if I'm not mistaken, he was the one who was drinking a beer at the start of this game, so I don't know if he's who you want to bring on particularly. It might just be the starting 11 stays the 11. Oh, and he's gone for the old like fake penalty. I mean, it doesn't quite work the same on a free kick, does it? I think this goalkeeper is just here for a little bit of a laugh today. He chucked himself in there, and he's going to show a bit of flair every time he gets a chance on the ball. He has risked it though, and Rob Berry is running through here. He's found Cagnando. Can he get a good cross in? No, doesn't beat the first man once again. I think there's a problem for MMU at the moment. They are just zipping these crosses in, but Edge Hill are dropping bodies back into the box. That was a nice pass though. Hamza Abazar there and Kenyando linking up. You know, once again, he's done 2 of them. There's Berry, the right back. Can he? Oh, he's done well to turn, but cleared up again by Edge Hill. MU definitely getting better here, getting into better positions, but not got anything for their efforts so far.
Yeah, they're certainly making most of their width. Kanyando down the right, sticking out wide and then coming inside.
I've seen Hamza Abazar as well, actually coming out there to link up them a little more. We were saying that before, that maybe he needs to come and join up the attack a little bit more. I mean, MU still just very dominant in this game, but now they're starting to see you're seeing a little bit more skill from the MU players. A few more nice runs being put in. Edge Hill just still clinging on, but as you said, I think in the second half, you know, how long can Edge Hill play this game really? How long do you think can they get away with sitting back so much and chasing the ball? How many times can they stop the crosses? They are in danger of conceding a few goals. Ben Calder, what can he do? Just go to their simple pass back to Harris Thomas. Out to the captain Baker. Goes for, it's almost a really nice pass to his midfield teammate there, Alex Hallchurch, but just a little bit too high for him to get onto.
You can see the idea then from Nathan Baker, staying positionally in the centre of the pitch to ping those passes. I mean, he has been at the heart of the play from MMU so far.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love it if we had passing and possession stats, because he would definitely be top of the charts for MMU. He has done so much of them so far this game, but yeah, there's been a lot of simple passes from MMU, but what they need is something a little bit more intricate, something finding in that space, dropping in there well. But the way they're playing, I'm sure it's going to come at some point. I'm not sure how happy Gareth Smith will be with this game so far. Knowing they've got that cup final next week, I think he might have wanted a little bit more from his team. Do have a chance here though if they can find Kanyando down on the right wing. They have. Can he beat his man? Almost. Oh, he's done really well actually, that second touch. It's a great ball across. No one get onto it though. Dropped to Hamza Abazar, now to the captain Baker. He's gone for Coward. Seems a little bit afraid to shoot right now. Harris Thomas, here he goes. From that free kick. No, not again.
Just trying to work the perfect opportunity. Maybe did take one
Got
too
your
many
handball
passes.
there, yeah, I think from Kebria there, but unlucky. But yeah, they had that good chance and they had them on the break a little bit. Edge Hill didn't have as many players back as they normally do and just didn't get the shot off with the first cross, did they? And then Edge Hill had time to get themselves back into position, put loads of bodies in the way, and that's what you see happen, unfortunately. See Kenyando there, I'm sure he's probably quite tired. He has been very involved in this game.
His pace and quality out wide has been, you know, main source of chance creation for MMU so far. Just, I think Gareth Smith will be hoping though to get a goal from that, especially in the first half. Just going into half time with that 1-0 lead. Yeah,
definitely. For the mental side of the game, it definitely helps. I'm sure they're still very confident. Now they've probably at least 75–80% of the ball right now for MMU. Don't know if Edge Hill have even had a shot particularly yet. I don't think so. I mean, I'll probably say that now in commentator's curse, so go and score, but I don't think they have so far. I mean, I think it's maybe one of the highest positions they've had the ball in the MMU half as well. I think that's Gabriel Mooney there is the lino with the flag in his hand. Played last time we covered him on Matchday Live. I'm quite confident it is him. Yeah, Jill man. Bit unsure of what's going on. Doesn't know who to throw it to. I mean, Edge Hill have actually put their players in the box like it's almost like a corner. They've got 3 men in there. Headed it down well. I thought it was actually going to drop across the box there, but not quite. Can Kenyando put the pressure on here and get the ball back? No, not quite. There he has though. No, Edge Hill just clear it back up. Not quite. Offside. See that Edge Hill man though, trying to claim that one, but I think he was clearly offside, unfortunately. I'm sure if Princess A was actually trying to stop it from going in, he could have, even with that first touch. Cody Arbe there. Getting the ball back from the keeper after a free kick. There's Baker once again on the ball in the middle for MMU. Kebriel, a nice little step round. Can find Kanyando. Not quite. Well, he did in fact. He couldn't quite get around him. He's stayed on the ball though. Oh, and he's done well there. Yeah, he had to come from the opposite side and managed to pick it back up. Can he retain it again here? No, but it's just gone as far as Hamza Abazar puts it in on the left foot. Well seen out by the Edge Hill player. Ben Coward was coming in just behind him. Did have Kebriel in the middle as well. There are 4 corners for MMU, none for Edge Hill so far. I mean, that does show a little bit of the domination of MMU, but not really. I really do wish we had possession stats here. It's a great cross. And I think that was Kebriel or Hamza Abazar there. Just couldn't get it on target. It was close to at the back post. MMU staying 0-0 here, but I'm sure he's frustrated with himself there, not making that 1-0.
Not certainly a good chance. Just
another good cross as well across the box that just couldn't be finished home. Jill player's done really well there actually around the MMU men. He's found a good ball out wide as well. Rob Berry there though uses his body really well.
great bit of awareness there from the right back.
And Prince Jose as well. Ooh, I thought he'd done really well to find a ball, but not quite. Alex Hallchurch as well. Again, him and Baker just so composed on the ball. They never seem like they're under threat, really. Quite confident.
I think Baker in particular, his technical quality on the ball that he displayed throughout the first half. And Kenyado's pace out wide. Certainly 2 points that I'm sure the manager will be pleased with so far. But yeah, like I said, it's just a matter of finding that goal. They can go into half-time with a 1-0, 2-0 lead. Yeah,
and they're getting closer and closer now, aren't they? That's the thing. The chances, the cross is getting better, the chance are getting better, the shots are getting better. Oof, and Kenyando that time opts to go for the shot himself with his left foot, but he's just down the keeper's throat a little bit too much, unfortunately. Tom Bedford in goal there for AGO has just booted it out. There's Thomas here trying to decide who to throw it to.
There has just been a substitution for Edge Hill.
So the lad with a beer in him has come onto the pitch. We'll see how he performs. If he pukes, we'll know why. Ben Cowder, though, out on the left wing, has done well. Nice little first touch. Just seen out there by the Edge Hill defender. Couldn't quite keep that second touch close enough to himself, Coward. But another corner for MMU puts him up to 5 or 6 for this game so far in this first half. Abazar just toying him a little bit, trying to get him to commit. He's just so good on the ball, so confident with the ball at his feet.
Ball retention there.
Round, nice pass out to Kenyando as well. You find Cardinal a little bit too weak on the pass. I think for how good Kenyando's been on the ball, his passing's a little bit short at times. Keeps under hitting the ball. This is not helping MMU in the attack at all. And that's a goal kick there. Nice little flick over touch there from the Edge Hill player. Nice ball out wide as well. It's a really dangerous cross into the box. I mean, MMU, that is exactly the kind of cross they've needed as well. Really, really well done by the right winger for Edge Hill there, but unfortunately there wasn't a striker in the centre to clean up because the centre-backs had split as well. It was between the goalkeeper and the right back, Rob Berry, to get onto that. So if a striker had been in the centre, he probably would have had a good chance to score there. Baker, nice little touch there in close quarters as well. Yeah, I think the ref had to give a free kick. The Edge Hill man was all over him there. Here's Kanyando again. Can he get a good cross in this time? Again, just straight to the first man. Front post for Edge Hill once again. That left centre back is. I mean, he's had a lot of things to do, but nothing particularly too difficult. It's kind of been straight into his path every time. And Edge Hill have got a big chance here. They are one-on-one, but Prince Jose done really well. Come out early there, made sure that wasn't a chance there.
These are the chances that the Edge Hill manager will certainly be hoping to see more of in the second half. Getting on the counter and attacking that space that MMU's defence are leaving him behind.
Yeah, it's funny after such a dominant display so far from MMU, but wasted chances. As I say it, do they score? Oh, Ben Calder couldn't quite change the centre of gravity. I thought I was going to drop to him then, not quite.
What a chance that was.
And there was a good cross, but yeah, just that time there wasn't that body in the box that we've seen normally for MMU. But yeah, MMU are in a slightly dangerous position here. Edge Hill have suddenly had a couple of good chances as they've come on the counter attack, and MMU haven't found their way through yet. They don't want to risk, going to go down and continuing to struggle to make good chances. I think the way that Edge Hill are playing as well, they're playing for a smash and grab. They just want to get a goal and sit back as much as possible, don't they? Does put them in a dangerous position where how much they dominate the ball. If they can't get themselves a couple goals, then they could end up losing the game late on, and you don't want to see that unbeaten league run end after 2 years to a game with just wasted chances. His hands at Abazar, though. We've seen how good he is in the ball. Takes that long shot. I thought the keeper had his hands up early there, and I was a little bit concerned. I think you've been a little bit confident there. It might be going in the bottom corner, but no, he predicted it well. And it is just out again for an Edge Hill goal kick. I don't know if we've even seen a shot until. Oh, no, we have, haven't we? I think there's been two that have just gone kind of straight down the throat of the keeper, but he's not really been tested in there, and knowing that he isn't a proper keeper, you would have thought that MMU would have really pushed to try and put shots around him, make him get down low and dive to that farthest corner as much as possible, but it hasn't happened for the home team yet.
I'm sure that'll be the message that Gareth Smith gets into his players at half-time, just to shoot on sight, as opposed to working the ball into box, most opportunities that they get.
Yeah, maybe taking that first-time shot. We've seen a couple low crosses that have, instead of having a first-time shot, they've tried to take a touch and trying to be a little bit too cute with it. Edge Hill, though, here we go. This could be danger for them. They've got a 3v4. He's found the pass as well. He's done well. Cody Arbe, though, just screening him quite well. MMU taking their turn to kind of sit back there. A big long shot flying over the goal. They're almost over the wall into the car park. As long as it doesn't hit my car, that's no problem. But MMU for a second there, kind of weirdly had Hallchurch and Baker and the whole back line just sat in the edge of the box. It's not what we've regularly seen from this team.
Yeah, Edge Hill have certainly grown into the game the more the first half has gone on.
I think MMU have got better as well, but they have just suddenly started conceding a few chances here, which is just not what you expect from this team. But as you were saying, I think Gareth Smith at half-time will get a message to him. He reads the game really well. He can analyse it very well. Apologies. And we have seen actually MMU have come out in a few of the games where they've been 1-0 or 2-1 up or something at half-time, and all of a sudden by the 65th minute they're 2 goals ahead again or 3 goals ahead. So yeah, as you say, I wouldn't count them out even if it's 0-0 at half-time, because I'd be confident that MMU will come back out in that second half firing after a message from Gareth Smith. I mean, I wouldn't even put it past Baker to fire this into the top corner. We have seen him score nice free kicks, and I mean, Benji were very impressed with that one he scored last time we did commentary on this team. And I'm sure he'll be aiming for it. I don't think he's letting Harris Thomas take another one after that last missed one from close. We'll have to watch where this goes now.
Deflection there.
Yeah, it did. He actually went low instead of going for... the last time we seen him just actually went quite high and just dipped just under the bar, Went for a wide shot that time, but yeah, did take a deflection and he did clear it up well, the keeper. Rest is that shoulder to shoulder. I mean, I've got to say, I think that is the exact same as the one that MMU got that free kick for on the opposite side of the pitch, so a little bit surprised. That was definitely a foul though. We won't question the ref there, for sure. But I think Edge Hill, unsurprisingly, a bit annoyed with some of the things they haven't got free kicks for, considering what MMU have had a couple for. But they have also thrown in some quite dodgy tackles at times as well. So
Yeah, they've not been afraid to get stuck in physically to win those aerial and ground duels.
I think that sometimes, you know, if you're playing against a team that are maybe better than you on their quality, that is the way to get at them. You know, try and frustrate them, especially a ball playing team. You know, you get stuck into them a little bit, wind them up, put some studs into challenges, and see if over the course of the game you can wind them up, maybe get them pick up some cards. But at the moment, MMU are handling it very well. They don't really seem to get riled up by any of the challenges. And I think Edge Hill are going to need more than just annoying tactics to get themselves a result in this game. But that is a nice ball up. Well seen off though by Malachi Babayala though. You know, I think MMU have done well out wide, but maybe in the second half I'd like to see the two wingers come in a little bit more narrow maybe, and then make the run out wide. There's a really good pass from Kanyando there down to Rob Berry. Can he find Kebria? Again, didn't shoot on the first, didn't feel confident for it. It's taking a second.
Oof, good save.
Yeah, keeper spilled it a little bit. He's very happy with himself for stopping it though, but again, Kebria's not taking that shot first time, is he? The ball was in the centre of the box. I think maybe just swing something at it, catch a keeper unaware, but once again takes a touch, does do well to hold on to the ball and get another shot off from a little bit further out. But I think that's a third time in this game we've seen that, and I think maybe that's another one that Gareth Smith say, just try and put your foot through it on that first time cross. I mean, test the keeper, even if we've seen that he'll spill the ball back out, so don't necessarily need to get the goal with the first shot, just get it on target. MMU here, 2 minutes left of this first half. Don't think there'll be much added on. They will want to go in a goal up if they can. We have seen it in the most games they've played it. In fairness, he did have to take a touch on that when it was behind him, so he couldn't take a first-time shot. But Gabriel again, he's getting balls to him in the centre of the box, but just not been able to make anything of him so far this half. Harris Thomas finding Ben Coward. Ben Coward a little bit quiet in this game compared to how good he has been. Takes that long shot as well. Harris Thomas there, the inverted left back, stays on the ball as well. He's done really well. Coward's given that option. He flips it in with the left. It's dropped. Oh, and Alex Hallchurch, that would have been spectacular, but it just curled away from him, unfortunately. Edge will be quite happy, I think, to pick up the ball with the goalkeeper again here.
I'm quite surprised we haven't seen any goals in the first half. Not seen so many shots, but I've seen some quite half chances from both sides.
Yeah, definitely hasn't been as good as we were expecting from you, but Edge Hill have made it. I would give Edge Hill props, knowing that they have been missing a lot of players and stuff as well. They have done really well in defence. They have made it super difficult for MMU. They are actually pressing here and they've had a couple of chances, but yeah, I would have expected more from MMU, and I think in the second half, if we see maybe Tom Carr goes out wide for Kanyanda, he's got to be tired, Kanyanda. I think in the 60th minute it'd be reasonable to take him off just because he's had so much running to do. Maybe getting Tom Carr out there, we've seen how good he is in the ball. He can definitely always score a goal as well, and maybe he can find Kebria in the middle a little bit better than Kanyanda has so far this game. Just into added time there. Could MMU finally get through? Kebria's out there. He's taking the role of creator instead. Can he find Coward? Oh, it was really mixed up in there for a second there. I saw Ken Coward a massive amount of space in the middle. They just couldn't find him there. Aria Ascari Kebria. Did well though, it was a nice run in. Did keep that ball well, just right on the byline as well. But yeah, 3 Edge Hill defenders all round the ball. I think if he'd found it through there, it'd been a definite goal. And again, not a bad cross. Malachi Babiala once again getting his head onto it, but not on target. We'll just have to wait and see now. We don't quite have the old electric board telling us how many minutes have been added on, so it's just up to the ref here, see what he thinks. And there he goes, 1 minute. And that is half-time, 0-0. Really not what we were expecting at all from this MMU team. Edge Hill doing much better than expected. If you see some of the stats there, 1 shot from Edge Hill. 7 and 3 from MMU. It's not amazing. We've probably seen better. 7 corners though, it's quite a lot. More fouls from MMU as well. Surely that's not right. I'm sure MMU had a few free kicks. Maybe they've just been in slightly better areas. I don't know if we've got any highlights from that first half, because there wasn't really much to talk about particularly. So I think we'll leave you there over the half time. We'll be back in 10 or 15, depending when they decide to come back out, and we'll be with you again in the second half.
it a bad game? Yeah. Isn't like it's Edge Hill, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it like on the bottom of the table or something?
I don't know, you know, but it's funny because we got here and I got here and Ed goes, "Oh, you get the Edge Hill team?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." I go down to get the team and I say, "All right, can I get your team, lads?" They go, "Oh, we don't really care."
Yeah, and we are back now for the second half, not far from kickoff now. I think they've come out a little bit earlier than they normally do from these football breaks. I don't think Gareth Smith's very happy. I spoke to Chloe, one of our pitch side reporters, during that first half, and yeah, the message from Gareth Smith, he was not happy that they hadn't scored yet. A few Effins and Jeffins, I think. But I'm sure he's had a bit of a chat with them. I think he wants to get Tom Carr on in this second half, and I think when Tom Carr's in the pitch, it's almost impossible not to score at the moment for MMU. The ref's about to blow his whistle, just setting up his time. And still waiting for him to set his time. Just waiting for them on the hour minute. There we go, and we're off. I mean, yeah, Vikram, what do you want to see MMU change to get a bit better out of him in the second half?
I think they'll look to increase the tempo, play higher, you know, passes, quicker passes, more direct, and certainly the counter pressing in the opposition's half. I think they can certainly, you know, press more urgently, more often. But yeah, I think they need to take more shots, test the opposition's keeper more often. You know, the Edge are happy to sit back and play on the break, so MMU need to take advantage of the possession that they're having.
Here comes Ben Coward, early doors, not quite. Yeah, we have seen MMU be very good in the second halves quite often in these games. But yeah, I think they do need, like you say, they need to increase the tempo, because especially if Edge Hill get a chance, they're getting chances from those quick counter-attacks. I think MMU, they need to do that as well. If Edge Hill get a chance, they need to be looking at going straight back up the other end. A little bit of a wayward pass there, not quite what they wanted. It's a good ball in. Oh, and the keeper's done so well there. A few MMU bodies in the chance after a good cross, and the keeper's just gone running out himself. He's seen his chance to go for it. He's actually found a really nice outside the foot pass, but it's not landed. I think, again though, MMU now, you know, if the keeper was out, don't want to say shoot from the halfway line, but you'd think at least just get it straight up. And there was the shot, Kanyando there from distance, but still taken in by the goalkeeper quite well.
Tom Bedford taking sweeper keeper role to a whole new level.
Yeah, I mean, he is literally playing in goal as if he's playing futsal. I think he is normally an outfield player, so he's just taking his chance to get on the ball as much as possible, really. Edge Hill, though, here they've got a chance. No, a little wayward pass. Malachi Babayala there, kind of screening it for Prince Jose. Finds Harris Thomas well. And here comes Baker. Yeah, I don't want to see too much of this just sitting about on the ball. I think, I'm sure Gareth Smith said it as well, that just having possession isn't that great. You want to see some attacking play. Coward there doing nice, keeping the ball well. Just screened out by two players though. He gets back onto it though. Harris Thomas giving him an option. Gets it into the box. Kebria wanted it. Hallchurch now. Out to Kanyando. Goes to Rob Berry. Just whip it in. It's a nice ball. Kebria here. He's taking it well. Hesitate a little bit. Ben Coward needs to get a good shot on this. And just again, thought Kebria was going to turn and shoot. We would have thought Hamza Abazar maybe go for it himself straight on from the goal, but he doesn't. A little bit of a hesitation to shoot, it seems, at the moment from you at times. And I've got to say, I've seen how good these players are, and you just think maybe just go for this scrappy shot, especially then. I thought for sure Askari Kebria there, really good position. He had the ball and he turned the defender. I think if he just swung his left foot at it, he could have got something on the goal. Yeah, and made it really difficult for the keeper to save, and how close he was.
Just playing that extra pass, aren't they, in the final third?
Trying to be a little bit too nice at their passing, trying to make the goals a little bit too easy for themselves. I mean, I thought that was in for a second. Then yeah, that looked like it was in, but Edge Hill quite happy with themselves. They're not saying it. MMU haven't. I mean, maybe MMU have celebrated it. I think he's given it. I'm so confused what happened there. This angle was really tough to see. Let's see if that did go in. I could not tell. But yeah, it's come off. It has hit the just a bit of the framework from the goal. The angle coming down there. I thought it bounced off the post to come out in the way it did, but there you go. MMU in the strangest way possible after all of that. The left back Harris Thomas, he is right-footed, just stepped up from the edge of the box and found a beautiful goal that Didn't look like it was from this angle, but yeah, fair play to
Yeah,
him.
the keeper didn't really get in the way, but he seemed happy to.
Yeah, he thought it was going out. I mean, he did do that one in that first half that I thought was a bit risky. But yeah, he did leave that, and they are all claiming it came off the post. But and I thought it had come off the post as well, actually, to bounce back out in the angle it did. But no, it did come off of that inside framework in the goal. And it is 1-0 to MMU, kind of finally. I think Edge Hill, though, now, you can see that one of their players there is kind of arguing with the ref. He's not happy about it, their captain. But they can't lose their heads now. They've actually done so well to only concede their first goal in the 48th, 49th minute. But if they lose their heads, it's only going to get worse from now. And you'll definitely be feeling confident after that. Here's another angle on that goal. Just really strange. But it is in. And it doesn't even seem to make sense the way it bounces back out of the goal, but it does. And
It was a lovely strike.
yeah, Harris
Curl on
Thomas,
that.
really well. Yeah, perfect. It's just the way it bounced back out looks so strange. It was. I see why the Edge Hill players may be arguing, because it must be hard to tell from their angle.
I think what we've already seen at the start of the second half is more of a focus down the left flank, getting Ben Coward more on the ball and more involved in the attacking play.
I think that's, and we've seen good crosses as well, some good chances. I'm surprised that Kebri didn't get a goal with that little chance, or Hamza Abzar when he laid it off to him. But there you go, and you're now 1-0 ahead. And my prediction to Chloe Ann on this stream might be spot on. I did say they do like to get 2 quick-fire goals in the second half, so if they get another one now before the 60th minute, then I know ball and I know this team. I think we might have another person coming to help us on commentary in a second. Benji's going to be jumping on with us. I'm sure many of you will recognise Benji's voice from a few of these football streams we've done. And there's Baker just on the ball. And you now, Edge Hill just dropped in even more than they were in the first half. So a little dink in, direct cross, but not this time. And it's going to be tough for Edge Hill now. MMU, what we've seen as well classically from them is when they get that goal, they get their confidence and they really start playing nicely. And see, they're doing really well to keep that ball going. Actually, a few of those passes look like they would be really difficult to keep going, but just seen so well. Babayala there. Baker's on the ball now. He's got space in front of him. The Edge Hill players are giving him that space. Finds Hall Church with a simple little one out to Kanyando. Oh, Kanyando's beating the fullback again. And it's dropped to Coward. Good touch. Oh, what a save from the keeper.
It was a good chance then to make it 2-0.
Benji, how you doing? How was it down on the sideline before?
Being on the sideline there, I was talking to the keeper actually coming in. He turns around, he goes to me, "I'm a striker, I don't know why I'm here." So to see that save then, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed to see that he's a striker being put in that.
Yeah, he has actually done quite well. He has made a couple saves. You unfortunately missed the goal, as you must have been coming up here after the game we've seen as well. You don't want to miss the only goal so far. It was an awkward one though. It didn't actually look like it got in. There was a few arguments in the Edge Hill players, but it definitely was across the line from what we've seen. But MMU now, they're doing what they do. They got that goal and now they're playing with confidence. I'm really surprised that Ben Coward didn't actually score there. Good save from the keeper, but you do expect a little bit more from the lad considering how good he has been. I think it's going to be an MMU corner now. He took a really good touch, Coward. Fair play. If he's a striker, even more impressive, if anything.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I was coming down with the camera, I seen him take a little run out of the box into the opposition half. I do find that quite impressive. The fact that he was in PR.
And there it is. And Malachi Babayala, he's actually scored once again. Benji, you'll remember in the last game that we saw, he picked up at the far post at that end of Platt Lane as well. So
I do remember that.
So clearly likes a corner down there, and he's done really well. What do you think of that goal, Vikram?
It's quite poor marking from Edge Hill, really. It's like they weren't aware of Babayali at the far post. It's quite a soft goal to concede.
He has done well, though. He'll be happy with that. Another goal for his name. And especially playing in those defensive positions as well. It's not normally what you expect.
Through the keeper's legs there. That's just a bit unfortunate, but rookie mistake.
So after this game, after knowing how good the MMU have been in the attack and how good their attacking players are, it's the left back and the left centre back who have scored the 2 goals so far for them. And again, I know this team, they get 2 goals quickly after half time. It is a classic for MMU. And let's see now. I think now the floodgates are open a little bit. They're just playing with confidence. Edge Hill, as we also said in that first half, you know, once that first goal went in, it was going to be difficult for them. It saps the legs a little bit. They had been defending so well in that first half. They're probably tired now, and MMU are smelling blood. And there's Hamza Abazadeh on the ball. Can he get a shot from distance? Oh, well blocked by the Edge Hill player. So MMU have got another corner here. I think that might be their 10th of the game. I know they were on 7 at half time. I think this could easily be their 3rd of this half. At the back post again. Oh, it's just bounced over Babiala. I think it took a, ref seen it as well. Came off the Edge Hill defender there. And MMU get another corner, maybe up to 11. It's definitely 10 at least now. It might be 11.
I do know in the previous games when we speak to Gareth Smith, he says to us that they actually work on set pieces. And corners, from that one just there, it's not really one of their strong points.
Yeah, there has been a few wayward crosses in this game. I know Edge Hill have been putting a lot of players in the box and making it difficult for MMU, but so many crosses, whether they've been... And I was about to say, commentators curse. I complained about their crosses not being quite good enough. Ben Carr go for another one there. Edge Hill now with 7 or 8 players in the box at all times. MMU are just putting the weight on them, and I think it's just a question now. There we go, 12 corners for MMU. In fact, I was actually a little bit low. And, oh, lovely bit of touch from Hamza Abazadeh there. Back out to Coward. Good cross. Keeper's done well, claiming it, especially for someone who's not a keeper. He's done really well there. And he's found the Edge Hill players outfield. Oh, just not well taken there.
I have to say, Ben Coward, he's not seeming like his usual self that we're used to seeing here at Matchday Live. Normally he's taking on players. He's become like the star man, really, since Tom Carr's kind of come to the sidelines. But I'm not sure if there's like a reason for it this game. Maybe it's just not his day.
Yeah, no, I was saying that in the first half as well, that he had made some nice runs and stuff, but yeah, definitely not as impactful in the game as he normally is. Wasn't getting as involved as we do normally see from him. But yeah, I mean, this second half though, I think in all fairness to MMU in that first half, generally their attacking players hadn't done as much as we'd seen in a lot of the other games. But they have come alive a little bit in this second half, so I'd save all of our judgment until the end of this second half, because I'm sure now we've said that about Coward, he'll probably go and get himself 2 goals or something by the end of this now. There's Abazar there, finds Coward as well.
He is man of the hour on the ball.
Plays it simple out to Harris Thomas there. That left back, I mean, it's interesting though, you always assume a fullback as the foot that their side is on, but he is playing well with the right footer there at left back. Oh, that was a really nice ball across. Surprised Kebria didn't get something on it. Coward's taking a nice touch, but wasn't quite enough conviction on that left-footed shot, and it was just straight down the barrel.
I have to say, throughout the first half, Kanyando really impressed me. His runs down the right wing, taking players on. He beat so many men, and he just didn't create the chances. I think this half's where he's going to be rewarded.
Yeah, I think he's a bit unlucky with his crosses, wasn't he, in that first half? Yeah, I think, he's so good on the ball, and he did seem to get around so many players, but a few of his passes a little bit weak as well, that he would kind of pass across, and it would just be a little bit too short, and it would give Edge Hill that chance to sprint and get onto the ball, knowing how so many of their players were sitting back as well, that you needed to hit a pass with quite a bit of venom just to actually make sure it got to them, got to another MU teammate, with the way that Edge Hill have set themselves up just to try and defend here. And there's Hallchurch there, nice little pass. Kebria. Oh, that was a really good shot on the turn, just over the bar. I don't think that angle quite did it justice for how good a shot that was. But a nice turn from Kebria, and you've got to think now, MMU, they've got their quick fire too, they always do, and it's really just a question of how many they're going to score now in this second half, because Edge Hill did get some chances late on in that first half, but they were few and far between throughout the half, and I think MMU have just hit their stride now, playing a lot more confidence. There's Kebria, a lovely little ball from Kanyando there.
Yeah, MMU looked to have found a confidence again in this game. I feel like in the first half they weren't playing with conviction and confidence. Now you can definitely see that the wingers are getting involved, strikers as well.
Yeah, I think in that first half, the back line and the two centre mids are doing really well to keep the ball moving around, but the attacking players, they weren't playing as they normally do. But now, I think Gareth Smith's definitely told Hamza Abazar to get in their box more, and they're pushing forward a lot more. You see Harris Thomas there, pushed up way further. It's basically playing 2, 3, 5 now. They've just got everyone forward. They've kind of got Baker, Hallchurch, and Harris Thomas there as like a 3, with just the 2 centre-backs left at the back, and everyone else pushing forward. So they're definitely wanting to get more goals in this half for playing that way. And Malachi Babayala there does well in the second at least. A little bit of a sloppy one at the first. There's Kebria. I'm not sure if it was a pass from Kebria there to Ben Coward. If actually it was just a kick out from the Edge Hill defender, but definitely too much to get to Coward there. Another corner on this side. And there it is, another goal. No, it is a goal. He's given it. I think that was Alex Hallchurch as well. I've not seen him score often. He has been very good this game with Baker in the middle there. Yeah, Hallchurch confirmed. A dodgy clearance and a nice header into that underside of the bar.
2 goals conceded from set pieces now.
Yeah, 2 from corners. Yeah, which is, as you said as well. I mean, they've just had so many corners. MMU. The first 11 weren't particularly great. A couple of nice balls in there, but no one was getting on them. And all of a sudden now they've just had 15 or 13, and they're getting goals now from them. And I think Edge Hill, the way they played the game, has just allowed MMU to almost just keep training and practicing on their set pieces and they're crossing, and they're paying for it really.
Yeah, I mean a team with as much talent as MMU, you give them that many corners, they're bound to score a few. Like 2 in 13, you'd expect more from them if I'm honest. But we're 3-0 now. It was 0-0 at half time. MMU have kicked it up a gear.
Yeah.
And now I think we can see more goals in the rest of this game.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely seem to be playing a little bit faster, and I think what you've seen as well is that Edge Hill's tiredness is now getting to them more. When you play that defensive game, this could be 4, and it is, and there he is, Kebria at the back post.
I think it's been given.
Yeah, the players look a bit in a row.
Offside.
If we can get a replay of that, we can see for ourselves.
I mean, he's definitely onside. He's behind the cross and one defender, so that's really unlucky from Kebria there. He definitely should have had that goal.
I think the referee this game, he's made some really poor decisions.
Yeah, there has been some questionable ones.
I mean, that one was on the linesman, but even so, the whole referee in this game has been a bit questionable.
Obviously, yeah, you had a different angle when MMU got this free kick down here, didn't they, on this right-hand side early doors, and we saw almost the opposite end at Edge Hill, and they didn't get it. Has definitely not been the most consistent with his calls so far the game. This ref.
I noticed as well a lot of goal kicks that were definitely corners.
Yeah, there was that one from the free kick that was
that
clearly
was a corner,
blocked by their player. Yeah, and he did pick up on that. You don't want to be too rude to refs, that is for sure. But yeah, there's been some questionable decisions today. I think if he had a FA person here giving him a ranking, he would not be doing very well. I've seen how they do that now, and yeah, he would have had a few bad marks against his name for some poor decisions.
Apologies for the stream here. The wind at Platt Lane is really...
Yeah, the weather today has been everything. It was grey, then it was pouring with rain, then it was so sunny that everyone was having to put their hands up so they could see. And now it's just back to windy and rainy, the kind of Manchester standard, really. Yeah, I think you boys probably don't even notice rain anymore. They've probably practiced and played and trained in it so much.
I think when you're 3-0 down now as Edge Hill, you can certainly afford to take more risks going forward. A number of bodies being committed forward, and just to try and create more chances. I mean, 3-0 basically accepting defeat, but if they can get a goal back, they've still got plenty of time to try and get something.
Yeah, I think the problem is the way that Edge Hill set out to play this game from the start is that still they're playing it, mostly sit back and try and hit that counter attack, and that works when it's 0-0 or you're maybe 1 goal behind, but 3 goals behind, being dominated a little bit, well, quite a lot of it in fact.
Would love to see the possession start.
Yeah.
Quite one-sided.
Yeah, heat maps would definitely be interested in this game to see how, I think even the centre backs for MMU have probably been around that centre of the park as much as they've been down at the back in their own box. So MMU really have just done their thing this game, and now the 0-0 at half time doesn't seem so bad because they've come out in that second half and they have punished Edge Hill finally. Even though I know Gareth Smith was not happy with that first half. This is just what this MMU team is like. They are good at passing the ball around, and then all of a sudden they'll just start putting goals in for fun. Here's Harris Thomas, obviously got that first goal, galvanised his team with that goal as well. Here comes Ben Cowd as well. That was a nice little touch run. He's had a little look up. You see, wasn't happy there. Didn't see the option. Cadbury was trying to say that him and Hamza Abazar were in there, but I think that's maybe another thing they've had today. There has been a little bit of, don't want to say arguing. It does happen in competitive sport always, but yeah, whether it's been Kanyando on the right or Coward on the left, Kebri has not been happy with either of them at times and has had a go at both of them. And I think it's not necessarily unnecessary, but he's not been. They've not been quite as fluid as they can be. And you're just back on the ball once again. They go for another attack. See Rob Berry there, just continuing that run.
Massive
Underlapping run there.
The cross was deflected though. I thought maybe someone would be on the edge of the box at MMU, but I think everyone had charged into the box thinking it was going to make it in there from Berry. Doesn't quite. Here's Edge Hill. He's done well on the ball actually. I couldn't see the winger that he's found, but he's got to out someone out there. Rob Berry once again there. Good header. Prince Jose now keeps it on the floor as well. A lot of keepers there would pick that up and just launch it. But
the quality from Edge Hill in the final third has been quite poor. Just the final pass or the flick on. I mean, if you're gonna play a counter-attacking style, then you need the quality in the final third to be spot on. But it's just not been there today for him.
So looping ball up. Keeper's done well to get a fist to it and stop Hamza Abazar popping that in from the far post there, but it's another MMU corner. I'd love it if one of our team could chuck up the corner stat for us now, because it must be quite a few. I think it must be 15, 16.
Yeah, the past 3 or 4, they've shown
real danger.
Real danger from the corner, even if it's direct, indirect, it's a goal.
Here you go, Kanyando's done well to beat the first man. It is a good cross as well. Oh, it was close to the goal though. Keeper did well to get a hand to it.
Kanyando's been excellent first half and second half from that right flank. I mean, it's very Raheem Sterling-esque from his 18-19 Manchester City days. Down that right side, just taking on the full back, getting in behind. Been brilliant.
Yeah, I think he just needs to clean up his crossing in that first half, didn't he? That was the thing. He was, if anything, I'd say a bit more like Alan Saint-Maximin. Great runs, but a little bit poor at the end of that run to find someone. Oh, look at this run though. Jesus, that was almost unbelievable. Oh. That's just curled wide. But yeah, I think Kanyanda in that first half, so many good runs, taking it round. There we go, 15 corners put up. Thank you very much, production team. And I think that was 7 at half time. And we are now in the 63rd, 64th minute. And we're up to 15 already. Just shows that MMU in this second half have just been absolutely all over Edge Hill. But yeah, Kanyando's definitely got even better in this second half. And now he's getting nice crosses in from his runs, which is making a big difference. And Ben Coward stepped up a little bit as well in this second half, and this is why MMU now have just been dominating so much, because they're doing so well down both sides and actually getting good crosses in.
Yeah, it's been a total contrast of halves for Ben Coward. First half he wasn't able to get on the ball much and make things happen, but it's been total difference. I'm sure Gareth Smith will have picked up on that in the half-time dressing room.
Here comes Kanyando as well. Can he keep it in? He does well, right in the corner spot as well. Little ball roll as well. Don't give it up.
Close dribbling there. Just trying to send the defender wary and.
There's Abazar to Baker. He stepped up. He's gone past a couple. Can he get a ball across? Oh, surprised from Baker. He's been so good on the ball, especially under pressure as well at times. He's done well to turn people and find passes, and just that time, and he gets his chance to get an assist. probably the worst pass he's made all games. Quite unlucky. But I think it doesn't really matter for MMU now. You know, they're 3-0 up, almost guaranteed to keep this unbeaten league run going. 2 years in the making.
Yeah, I have to say that's a really impressive stat to have for the MMU team, especially in university football where the team changes consistently. 2-year unbeaten streak in the
It's remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you have to give that down to Gareth Smith.
Yeah, I was going to say it is testament to him. We've spoken to him a few times, and he's always talking about getting that professional standard into a less than professional game, and making sure that it's not just a casual football program here at MMU. And you can see the difference it's made. And actually, what's even more impressive is that in the first few games of the season we'd seen, he always had that front three of Coward, Tom Carr and Faflik, which is just insane. It was just such a ridiculously good front three that you expected them to win every game because they were so good. We've seen him now playing with Faflik on his own, or Coward on his own, or Carr getting subbed on late on, and they're still managing to get goals and win games decently. So that Malachi Babayali, yeah, what this brace from centre back. That would have been an unbelievable goal. But yeah, I think you see this this ability to change it up, bringing players up from the fourth team with Adam Daha and stuff like that, and keep that team fresh. Very impressive from the MMU head of football.
Yeah, it's a discipline that is instilled onto the team, coaching-wise, for them to, be so confident in playing out of the back, moving the ball forward and creating chances. They don't take any silly risks in defence, in particular. But I think today it's been a different test, a lesser test. Edge Hill haven't necessarily pressed high and counter-pressed. They've just sat off and allowed MMU to bring the ball forward at their own tempo. Yeah,
it'd be interesting now because this game, knowing that Edge Hill kind of, even before the game, they knew they didn't really have much to gain. At best, they were going to finish second in the league. I don't think you get promotion from second in this division. So I think they were quite happy to sit back. They knew that no matter what the result is, they're probably going to finish third. But that final next week now, this isn't the best preparation for that, because I'm sure that final will be very different. And here comes a good MMU chance. Surely Hamza Abazar there. I think he's just looking up to the sky. Surprised he's not headbutted the post there, because he had a really good chance there and just couldn't sort his feet out at all. What a cross in that was. And that ball again though, see that, what a cross that was. I think it was actually Kebri had gone out there and taken the ball off Kanyana to put that cross in, and just really unlucky that Hamza Abazar couldn't finish it off. See, I think we've had a sub as well. Unfortunately, I don't have a number 17 on my list, but there is a number 17 on there for MMU at the moment. I think it's AD Luck.
Yeah, he is actually right now player manager for the team. He led the warm-up, and I'm pretty sure he did the half-time talk for MMU. So he's come on now, I guess, last day of the season.
I think it's his final year as well, isn't it? I think that's maybe why. Give him his honoraries. I think he's come on for the Captain Baker as well, or Hallchurch. I'm not sure.
As I was coming in, the goalkeeper did say to me behind the net, they should be taking more shots on me. And it is true, when you have an inexperienced goalkeeper, the positioning isn't amazing. We're seeing right now.
They've swapped over now as well.
And that is due to because he is a striker. And when a striker's in the net, you do want to be taking long shots. And if they're on target, 9 out of 10 times they're going to go in.
Yeah, so just confirm, it is actually Alex Hallchurch who's come off for AD Luck. And the goalkeeper has just swapped out for another one of the Edge Hill players. Unfortunately, don't have their names, as they didn't want to give us their real names. And yeah, we were saying this in the first half. There was a few chances. I know Kebri had a couple. Where they're getting a cross in and they were taking a touch and then not being able to get the shot off because they took the touch. And I was thinking, even if you have a scrappy shot on the first, you're going to put that keeper under pressure. Someone who's not a goalkeeper, short range ones as well. If anything, a scrappy, awkward one could come off at a completely different angle than you're expecting it. But MU didn't go for it in that first half. But
yeah, I think the first half it was maybe like little signs of complacency in attack, just to play that extra pass, trying to score the perfect goal.
Yeah, they were trying to make it too easy. They're trying to have only the cleanest of shot, and a perfect spot in the box. See a few dancers down there for the I think filming a little TikTok before the rugby, enjoying themselves. Here comes the Edge Hill man. I don't know if that was their goalkeeper or not. They get the free kick though. So there's only 16 minutes left in this game. I think Edge Hill on the attack here, and they could actually get a goal. Oof. I know Prince Osei will definitely want to keep a clean sheet. I think let me do some quick maths. Puts MMU up to 42 goals scored in a 10-game season. So they're averaging 4.2 goals a game. That is ridiculous. None of the best teams in history average that many goals in a league season. That is craziness. 4.2 is madness, and they'll be very proud of themselves. And going up to that next tier 1 will definitely be difficult next season. But I think with Gareth Smith as the coach, they can do big things. And I think they did have that win against Uni of Manchester and a friendly before the season, who are in that division. So there's definitely quality through this MMU team, and I think they'll be looking forward to stepping up as well. I know Gareth Smith is, and I think this is just going to be the last 15 minutes of their second perfect season in a row. 9 wins and a draw as well is just an outrageous league season.
Yeah, it certainly is, and I think you have to give credit to the likes of Nathan Baker, Kebrier, Tom Carr, who's come off he's on the bench. Oh, it's a chance there, what a goal. What a goal.
Edge Hill just, and I think it's the guy who's a goal as well, I'm not going to lie. But he's absolutely loving life. He's run up to the goalkeeper, yeah, I'm very confident it is. I think that was Tom Bedford we had down in his name, if that's even his real name, but fair play to the lad. He's had an absolute blinder there, out of nothing.
Brilliant goal.
And here we go, you never know. You trying to go for that quick kickoff. And there they go, Edge Hill. No, they're on the stream today. Fair play to the lads, they've enjoyed that one. And the last day of the season, yes, you might as well enjoy yourselves. I know one of their subs was smashing a beer before he even got subbed on, so fair play to the lads.
But if you just get a replay of that goal, the pass and the first time finish from
here we go.
On display there. What a ball.
And after the game they've had as well, there's not been any signs of this. They definitely shouldn't have put that striker in goal. He should have left him up top the whole game. That was an absolute beauty on the volley, yeah. Perfectly past Prince Osei. You can't kind of just stunned into disbelief there with it.
I mean, you can tell he's a natural striker.
Yeah.
He's definitely not a goalkeeper as first position.
To be honest, seeing that finish, how have they played him in goal the whole game? Even though he's done well there, you would have really thought, let the lad play up top. Go. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to mind that yellow particularly. And yeah, that clip is definitely going to get sent around to a few Edge Hill parents, I think.
That's got to make our highlight reel for the season, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, that is definitely a good one. Well, the game is back underway now. I think MMU will be a bit unhappy with that. A bit too much showboating. I know they're 3-1 up, but I know I'd be quite aggravated if I'd seen that and you're going, come on, boys. But don't want to get too wound up and waste balls like that. I mean, Edge Hill have now just put their best player back up to striker, so you never know. Could come back into this. I'd be amazed.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to look at a moral side. MMU, they're coming out and they're doing all this tactics and stuff, and Edge Hill, they've put their striker in net. He's come out in net and he scored.
Yeah, so, and a blinding goal.
I mean, it's got to be the moral side of it. The MMU players have got to be feeling it. These Edge Hill guys, they've come and they're having a good time.
Yeah, true. Well, yeah, when we saw the lad having a beer before the game started, we knew they were just here to enjoy themselves, that is for sure, knowing that a win was going to be a tough thing to get against such a good team. But fair play to them, at least have enjoyed themselves, and it's the last game of the season. Might be some of their last games as well for their uni if they're graduating soon, so fair play to him. They are on it here. Ooh, he's taken a long shot there. He's aimed for the wrong goal, unfortunately, and Prince Osei wasn't troubled by that one at all.
Yeah, I'm sure Gary Smith would have liked to keep the clean sheet. 3-0, solid performance, but defensively they've not really made a mistake up until that part. So I'm sure Gary Smith will be slightly disappointed with the...
I mean, I don't even know if I'd describe it as a mistake. It was just a perfect ball and such a good finish. That
the quality and the technique to pull that pass off, and then the finish first time, it's
unbelievable. Fair play to him.
It's surely, goal of the day.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Goalkeeper and goal scorer of the day goes to Tom Bedford. I mean, fair play to the lad. A little bit back to his first half crossing there from Kanyando. Wasn't quite as good as we've seen in this second half. I think it's actually shocked them a little bit, that goal. They look disjointed now, and Edge Hill are looking better. I think they weren't expecting it at all. Maybe the celebration did rattle them a little bit. Edge Hill on the ball again here from the keeper, second keeper of the game. just goes straight to 80 Luck though. He's gone for. Couldn't tell if that was I think it was a pass in for Kebria, but just hits the Edge Hill player straight in the face.
Another direct ball again.
Prince Jose's getting on that one after a Cody Ibe header there. Throws it out to Harris Thomas there, left back.
He's been brilliant as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has been really good.
He's use of his right foot to make those switches of play, and the overlapping runs just there.
Yeah, him and Rob Berry have both done really well in the fullback slots. I mean, it's quite unfortunate really for MU they've conceded that goal, because I think all the defenders do deserve a clean sheet. Ooh, good shot from Carr from distance there, kind of doing what we've expected them, knowing that they're a proper goalkeeper in net, testing it from distance. But yeah, the whole back line for MU has been really good. That goal is kind of a freak goal. I wouldn't be too annoyed if I was Gareth Smith. I wouldn't be having words with them about conceding that goal, because it was very good. Here comes Baker, the captain. It's a little bit too relaxed there, considering where he was on the pitch. 80 Luck now. There goes Rob Berry once again. Ooh, couldn't quite keep it under control though. 10 minutes left in this game. Yeah, for anyone who's pining for a bit more Matchday Live after this, there is rugby coming up at 3 o'clock. So it will be back on MMU Sport. It'll be a separate stream, but it will be there. And that should be a good one. Might be taken a little bit more seriously by the away opponent. It's got to be a forfeit. Oh, he's had a stinker there. It's weird. MU's like 2 or 3 chances had right in front of the net. They've just got nothing on at all. Yeah, it's so strange. Yeah, they've had an amazing shot from outside the box and a few corner goals. There's a ping. Good save. Surely he gets a follow-up. And there it is. Baker gets his goal of the game. The captain, he has deserved it. He has played very well. He's been good for them all season, led them well. And he has got his goal. I think he's maybe given it offside. He has. I mean, that one actually might be offside. I remember that. In fact, I've forgotten that they called that Kebria goal offside. Yeah, I think that one is offside. But yeah, that Kebria goal they were called offside, that was definitely onside. Par our replay. Maybe we should tell the refs we can offer them a bit of VAR service if they want next season. Get Sam drawing some nice green lines on there. Cody Arbe, they're having a little battle out. Honestly, Edge Hill, however good Tom Bedford was in goal for them, they've been way better in the attack with him at striker, so I think they should have left him up the whole game. Good save, he's forced that from Prince Jose as well.
Yeah, that was a rocket of a shot from just outside the box. He made a good reaction save there down to the bottom of his net. Well, now Edge Hill have the first corner of the game, if I'm correct.
Yes, it is, in the 81st minute as well, so it's quite a stretch of the game, but you just see Edge Hill being so much better now. Literally swapping that goalkeeper around for how good he has been has made them way better in the attack. Seems given a bit more confidence in there. There you go, 19-1. It does kind of show how this game has gone. For how good Edge Hill have suddenly become this last 5 minutes after getting their random worldy goal. He's going to go for the delap. Do the flip. Go on, lad. Let down a little bit. I think when you take that much of a run up, I was expecting the flip. Another shot off there. And Pintose spilled it. It could be 3-2. And it is.
3-2.
What has happened to MMU here? They're really slowed down.
The Edge Hill lads, the
absolutely
limbs,
buzzing.
Yeah, the limbs for these guys.
After the way and one of their own teammates blast the ball into him as well.
Oh, his shirt's off now as well. There's another yellow card for the Edge Hill team. It's a great finish, to be fair. Side netting.
MMU just standing there with their hands up, but I've got to say, fair play to Edge Hill. MMU seemed to honestly slowed down. That goal went in and it's just shocked the system. And they've not been performing how they did for the 75 minutes before that. And they're actually at serious risk of conceding an equaliser now. Edge Hill have been the better team for this last 7 or 8 minutes, and it would be a really, what's a nice word for it, annoying end of the season for Gareth Smith. If they concede here to go 3-0, and especially if they lose to end his 2-year league unbeaten streak, he will be fuming with them.
Yeah, certainly showed signs of complacency in the second half after going 3-0 in particular. Just need to keep hold of the ball, preserve control of the game, and just make sure that they don't make any more silly mistakes at the back and end up conceding another.
Yeah, it's really. Where was this Edge Hill team in that first half? I think Tom Bedford, in all fairness to him, has kind of changed changed the attack completely. And what is that from MMU? Just Hamza Abazar there, just run past the ball so lackadaisically, like just left it. There's 80 luck though, luckily clearing up for them. Rob Berry, who has had a good game, couldn't quite get to stop that second goal for Edgehill there, but he isn't the ball now. Kenyando now up there. We find Kebrio, he does.
MMU definitely need a goal right now. I mean, 3-2, it's not out the realms of possibility.
Mm.
I mean, even a draw would be a tampon.
That's got to be the fourth. There it is.
It's well-deserved goal. Nyanda's definitely, he's been asking for a goal this whole game. He's been really impressive through that first half, and he finally got worth his time.
Yeah, I think MMU just needed that there just to calm down a little bit, because after conceding 2 goals in 7 minutes, after being 3-0 up so solidly, Kanyanda there has done well. We obviously don't want to forget that Kebria did have a onside goal disallowed, which would make it a little bit nice for them now. It would be 5-2 at least, but yeah, Edgehill just, I mean, I'm glad they've done it because they've really brought this game back alive. It's probably been the best part of this whole game has been that since they got that first goal, the two teams actually going at each other, and Edgehill committing plays forward. Kanyanda's robbed the ball off him here at the back though. Has he dilly-dallied too long? Yeah, he should have either taken that shot early doors or passed it straight away. He has got away with one there. Baker's gone down. He wants a penalty. Refs having none of it once again. Ben Coward there. Well stopped though by the right back for Edgehill. Honestly, for anyone watching at home, if you watch that first half, I apologise. You should have just tuned in for this second half. It's been way better. Especially if you put it on from the 75th minute when Edgehill scored that lovely goal. Hamza Abazar here. Silky feet. Doesn't go for that cross though. Ben Coward, did he go for the cross? No, goes outside. 80 luck. Thinks he can get past me. He doesn't. Harris Thomas now. Out to Berry. Keeper's done well to dive down to it there. But Edgehill, 4 minutes left in this game.
You must point out Hamza Abukar's technical quality and display throughout the whole game, not just the second half, but in the first half. His ball retention, his technical quality, just gliding through plays, his elegance.
Yeah.
Just great to watch on the eye.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to get himself a goal. He might have had an assist in there, to be honest, I'm not actually sure, but he hasn't been able to get a goal today, but he has been good on the ball for sure. He has linked up play at times. I'd like to see what Gareth Smith says. I think he'll be frustrated with his team for how much this has still ended up as a good result. Half time he was definitely frustrated with the 0-0, and then going 3-2, he will not have been happy at all with that. Especially in the way that they've conceded, and you think if they switched on a little bit more, maybe they could have stopped at least one of them.
Yeah, he'll have certainly wanted that clean sheet, with how the season's gone for them, and just to cap it off with a brilliant performance and clean sheet. But as long as you don't lose and have that unbeaten streak coming to an end. But it's a slight disappointment to not keep the clean sheet.
Yeah, you would think you'd definitely rather a 3-0 than 4-2 final result, wouldn't you? But maybe it's kicked the MMU attackers into playing again, and Kanyanda's done really well again. What a ball that is, Ben Coward, surely. And he does. It makes it 5-2 to MMU. Edgehill, for however much they did have a heroic 7 minutes there. They got themselves only a goal behind. MMU now have actually done kind of exactly what we thought they were going to do before this game. All of a sudden now they're making those runs, finding those crosses, and they're getting the goals that we were expecting before the game started.
From the right winger to the left winger, brilliant goal. I'm sure Gareth Smith will be pleased with that. And I must say, Kanyanda has certainly been my man of the match. If I had to take a pick, I think his threat out wide, whether it's coming inside or on the touchline, his pace has certainly been too much for Edgehill's defence to handle.
Yeah, I think it's a tough one. I know what you're saying. I kind of do agree, but I wouldn't want to not put Harris Thomas in the mix for it. I think he's been amazing at left back as that inverted fullback. He obviously got the first goal, has been solid defensively throughout the whole game. I was going to say that now. He's probably going to take a bad one. But also Nathan Baker, the captain, he hasn't scored, but
he's ran the midfield.
He must have made 70, 80 passes this game. He's been on the ball so much from you, dropping in and going forward. He has been brilliant, but I won't disagree with you. If you want to give the What Pod Man of the match to Kanyando, you go for?
Who do you think, Benji? Who do you think's been your man of the match?
Well, I want to give a rogue shout out to Tom Bedford.
Yeah,
for
fair
Edge Hill.
play.
He's had the moment of the match for sure, but yeah, individual performance, I'd have to agree with it. Kanyando's been through that entire first half. He was running that right wing. Just he didn't have the final product, and then in the second half he got his goal. So
And an assist now as well.
yeah, so I mean, man of the match wise, I would give it to Kanyando.
I think he's definitely been watching some clips of Raheem Sterling. It's threat out wide and.
Sorry for people at home. Vikram's trying to wind Benji out because he hates him. But actually, in all fairness, Tom Bedford is a great shout from you, actually,
Yeah.
Benji. And I have to say that maybe I agree with that as well. He was really good in goal. He did make great saves. And that goal was absolutely sublime.
And it nearly changed the whole tide of the match.
Yeah, it really, well, it completely did at that point in time. It really,
Yeah.
that was almost from Edge Hill as well. Yeah, it completely changed the game then. Gave them some momentum that they had been dying for the rest of the game. Honestly, this second half compared to the first half,
Yeah.
You would think it was two completely different teams out there from both sides. So much better attacking and defensively. I mean, I know Edge Hill have conceded quite a few goals in this second half, but they've still done some really good bits that they weren't really doing in that first half.
Yeah, sort of playing off the shackles, taking more risks, more, being more expressive in attack.
Here comes Kebria. He did score really late in that last game that we covered as well. Probably be quite annoyed that he didn't get given his goal that was disallowed for offside, even though we kind of proved. Oh, what a ball that is! And 80 luck. Had no luck there, unfortunately.
His last game at his university
at MMU.
career.
That would have definitely meant a lot for him. Quite unfortunate not to keep us done well straight in. 18 shots on target. So I think in the first half, if I remember correctly, MMU had 7 shots, 3 on target, and Edge Hill had always had 1 shot, none on target. So now 15 shots on target in the second half, and that makes it 6. Ben Coward, is he
put it to
offside? I
bed now.
think it is.
Did look slightly offside.
Lino's not giving it, and that is 6-2 to MMU, getting another goal for themselves. They are just unstoppable at the moment. This game has definitely lost its quality. I think Edge Hill's players are unsupposedly knackered. And there is the final whistle. So we end 6-2. Unfortunately, we can't do much post-match stuff to this because we want to throw really quickly over to the rugby. But that is 6-2. It ends to MMU. They have won the league. They have gone 2 seasons unbeaten. And we'll be really looking forward to seeing them again next season. So thank you, Benji, and thank you, Vikram, for joining me.
Been a pleasure.
And yeah, make sure to stay on to MMU Sport now for the rugby, where MMU will be facing against Leeds Beckett, I believe. Thank you very much.